Examiner, Mr. Brendan Collins.
Hi everybody. This is such a privilege for me to be here celebrating your success today. It's all about you. We're celebrating your terrific success in the Diploma Awards, and we're also acknowledging the fact that you did so much work to get to this place on this particular day. The countless hours of practice and the years and years of determination have brought you to this place, and it gives me great pleasure to congratulate you all. So well done everybody on receiving your awards today. You know, when I was growing up, there were 3 days that I looked forward to more than any others. There was Christmas Day, there was my birthday, and there was AMEB Day. Do you follow me? And to be honest, I do think that the AMEB Day was the most exciting day of the year for me. And let me explain. You see, my mother was a private music teacher. She taught me, and she taught my sister, and she taught so many children in our local area. And every afternoon, every evening, she spent countless hours preparing her students for their annual AMEB exam. And for one day, one magical day, the AMEB would send an examiner to our house because our house was deemed to be a private music studio. So I did my first 6 AMEB exams in my lounge room. It was quite an experience, and the day was thrilling. In fact, the evening before was so exciting because I had my parents, my sister and I, we would madly rearrange all the furniture in the living room so that the piano could take pride of place right in the middle. We gave the piano an extra polish that night as well. And then we turned our attention to the dining room table, which we quickly converted into an examiner's desk, so the private music studio was ready for action. We were ready to go. The next morning, the morning of AMEB Day, well, things got really exciting in our place. I think my sister and I were jumping out of our skins as we waited for the examiner to come all the way from Sydney. We did live in Newcastle at this stage, and that was quite a trip back in that time. And the examiner would arrive. Now, I don't know how this happened, but when I look back at the examiners that came to our house, we seemed to get the best of the best. I actually did my 5th grade piano exam on my piano in my living room with Warren Thompson sitting in my dining room table. Now, I guess Warren Thompson doesn't mean much to you now, but at the time he was the head of the AMEB in New South Wales. So it was a really big deal. He was sitting at my dining room table as I did my 5th grade exam. Years later, he actually appointed me as a brass examiner to the AMEB, and I hate to say it, I don't think he made that appointment on the strength of my 5th grade piano exam. It wasn't my finest hour, but I did get through it, and grateful that I did. Other examiners that came to our house were Frank Taranto, Joy Lee, Denise Lawrence. These people were huge figures in the AMEB and major players in the Australian music education community. And if it wasn't for the AMEB, I don't believe that the children of Newcastle would have ever really had an opportunity to play for those people. So I'm so grateful to the AMEB for the opportunities they give to young players. Following my time of doing exams at home, I did my later exams at Newcastle Con, and I did my diploma exams at Sydney Con. And I look back and I think I probably had the best introduction to a musical life that anybody could have ever had. It started in the most familiar circumstances, and within a few short years, there I was giving really complex, challenging recital programs at Australia's leading and most celebrated music institute, the Sydney Conservatorium. Really was remarkable. When I'd finished with my diplomas, I then did my tertiary study at Sydney Con, and following that, I pursued a musical career. And I'm not going to go through the details because Vicky did that absolutely superbly earlier on, but it was a varied career. It was a career where I played in almost every conceivable ensemble. It's a career where I got to write music for people, not just here in Australia, but for everywhere else. It's really lovely, and I love the fact that it was such a varied career, and I still do. Every morning I wake up, I think, I'm so fortunate to be able to work with young people, and I'm so fortunate to live a life in music. I'm so grateful for that, and I enjoy getting up every morning and just going to work and doing exactly that. So it brings me to the question, what future awaits you people? Which paths are you going to take? Are you going to pursue a career in music? Or are you going to go to a field somewhere else that's completely unrelated to music? Will you be single-minded and determined and follow the one dream your whole professional career and do terrific things in that area? Or will you be a little bit like me, where your career takes a couple of twists and turns along the way? I put it to you that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter because I think you're ready to succeed no matter what your decision. Look at what you've already done through the AMEB. You've proven time and time again that you can perform under pressure. You've proved on numerous occasions that you can acquire the most intricate, difficult physical skills, an instrumental technique, a vocal technique, a speech and drama technique. And if we were to talk about all the knowledge that you've gained in your time with the AMEB, well, we'd be here till midnight. So we won't do that. But it has set you up beautifully. And folks, I'm here to declare that today we are in the presence of greatness, potential greatness. The people graduating today will do great things. I have no doubt. You will do great things for your local communities, and you will do great things that will reach out and have a global impact. And I, for one, can't wait to sit back and watch you do it. People will tell me about your achievements. I will read about all your successes. And I do hope that I get the opportunity to witness you doing what you do, whether it's on a concert hall stage or some other area of endeavour. I really do hope that I get that opportunity. I'm just going to finish my talk with another little AMEB story. This one's a little bit embarrassing. It goes right back to when I was born. But I don't tell many people, but I'm with friends today, so I'm sure that will be okay. When I was born, my father was reading a book called The Borstal Boy, and it was written by an Irish poet called Brendan Behan. And at the time, my mother got the book, and she had a look at the book, and she looked at the name Brendan, and she thought, that might be a good name for our newly born son. So she put it to my father, what do you think about calling our son Brendan? And he liked the idea, but before he officially signed off on it, he said, I just need to do one thing. So he got a piece of paper and he got a pen. And on the paper, he wrote, Brendan Collins, A, must A. Can you believe that? Talk about putting pressure on somebody. I was one day old. But I love that story. Well, my mother tells me this story quite often. But then he looked at what he wrote and then he said, I like the look of that. So that determined it. That was my name from then on. I love that story because it shows how much the AMEB meant to my family. It meant a lot. I know the AMEB means so much to you people as well. You've stayed the course of time, and that's fantastic, and we love seeing you here. I also love going to the con on Saturday mornings and seeing the prelims, first and second grades, all turning up, warming up outside in the gardens, starting the whole cycle all over again. I do believe that the AMEB is a magnificent organisation, and that's largely due to the fact that it attracts so many magnificent people. I really do look forward to seeing you all when you come up on stage very shortly. I thank you all for your time. Thank you.